So I don't really follow Sox the Stallion, but a video of him and somebody named Tiger came across my feed recently. So I went ahead and watched that video and I kept thinking, wow, what a beautiful horse. That is a beautiful horse. It was moving really nicely. It was going really well for the rider. It was apparently, now I may be wrong about this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was the rider Tiger's first time on this stallion as well. So together they looked like they were doing a really great job. I went ahead and I perused the comments on that video, and I was really surprised to see people mentioning how much better the stallion was under this rider Tiger than its own owner. And some of those comments were mentioning like how badly behaved the stallion usually is, and that the fact that this stallion went so much better under this other rider Tiger was proof that it was the owner's fault that the horse was behaving like that, as in the stallion's bad behavior was blamed on the owner, and that Tiger riding it and its good behavior while Tiger was riding it was proof that Tiger knew what he was doing and that the owner did not. So I went and I investigated that to see if it was true. So first, let me show you the video that I'm referencing, which is Tiger and Sox together.
Watching me ride Sox the Stallion, decided to get a go by myself. Now, when I talk about this guy's canter, it was the smoothest canter, just rushed towards them. Did you all like the cheeky flying change there? Can you imagine that he just didn't rush towards any of the jumps? Take a look at the flying change I did here with Sox. Now, some of the jumps I was doing rarer things, and I'm working on it with my coach at the moment. But even though I had a few riding around doing those things in the arena, I just felt like a champion. I finished riding him, so I took him out of school, dismounted, then gave him lots of pats and...
So now that you've seen the video that I was talking about, where Tiger was riding Sox the Stallion, doing a really nice job, and the stallion going really well for him, the same one that seems to be going around where people are saying that Tiger and the stallion doing so well is proof that the owner is the stallion's problem. And it's that video and the comments under that video that got me wondering how much truth was in those comments. Now, in my investigation, I came across this video, and it's kind of a behind the scenes where you can see that the owner of the stallion is actually coaching this rider that's riding her stallion while he's on the stallion. I'm going to play that video for you now.
Oh my god, this canter's amazing! Oh my god! Yes, Tiger! Fight changes! Oh my god!
So there's a little behind the scenes where you can actually hear the sound that was going on in that video and see that the owner was actually coaching Tiger on Sox, her horse, which made me further wonder if the owner was actually Sox's quote-unquote problem, or maybe potentially Sox is just a quirky horse, because some horses are genuinely kind of quirky. Now, I'm not saying that a quirky horse is necessarily a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying at all, so do not misunderstand me. I just mean some horses have certain behaviors that are just like individual to them, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, horses don't know that they're being good or bad, right? Horses just are. And just because a horse displays a particular behavior doesn't necessarily mean that it's the owner's fault. There are lots of reasons a horse can develop behavior and have that behavior just stick with it. Saying all that, though, I decided to investigate even further and find a video of this owner riding her own horse, Sox the Stallion, to see how that went. And here's what I came up with. It's basically a video of what appears to be the owner getting on and warming Sox the Stallion up before Tiger gets on and has his ride. So let's go ahead and watch that video.
Happy days. Do you want to do mine? Fair enough. So can we talk about that transition for a minute? That was stunning. I think Sock's my favourite horse. He's stunning. How would you do that then? Never.
So I'm going to be totally honest there, and I saw absolutely nothing wrong with how that horse went under its owner. He was well behaved. He moved nicely. He didn't give her any trouble at all, and it looked like she was doing a really good job too. So my honest opinion is that this horse may have some quirks, but I don't believe that they are the owner's fault. I think that any quirks that this horse has are just individual to this horse, because let's be honest, horses are just who they are, you know? Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to a horse's behavior. It just is. I don't think it's fair that people so often just seem to jump to the conclusion that it is always the owner's fault. There are millions of reasons why horses do or act the way they do. And though it's true some behaviors can be unlearned, some can't be unlearned, and they just stick with the horse for the rest of its life, and we may never know why they have those behaviors. It is true that sometimes owners can cause behavioral issues in the horses that they have. It is also true that sometimes behaviors have nothing to do with the owners at all. It is also true that sometimes it is past owners that created the behaviors to begin with, and now they're just with the horse for the rest of its life. And sometimes in cases like that, the only thing that can be done is just to manage those behaviors and that they never fully disappear or go away. But again, I don't think that's the situation here. If this horse has any quirky behaviors, I don't believe the owner had anything to do with that, because this horse seemed to go just fine when being ridden by its own owner. Like, she had no trouble with him under saddle that I could see anyway. But, I haven't followed this stallion and this owner very much at all, really not at all. And definitely not as much as it seems like many people have. So these are just my thoughts, my opinions, and I would love to hear yours. So please leave them in the comments below.